Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving right into our career spotlight of the week. This is our weekly guide to help you explore emerging careers that actually align with your natural abilities before you lock in those crucial high school subjects. If you've ever looked up at the night sky and wondered how you could be a part of humanity's journey into the cosmos, well, you're in exactly the right place. Let's launch into space tech. Guided by the principles of Aspire Roots, the whole goal here is to help you make research-backed, thoughtful choices about your future. It's all about finding paths that genuinely fit your unique strengths, rather than just blindly following whatever the current popular trend is. Okay, here's our mission blueprint for today. We're going to cover what space tech actually is, a day in a life, the skills required, your subject combinations, future demand, and finally the India advantage. Let's get into it. Section 1. What is space tech? Demystifying the final frontier. First things first, let's just totally bust the biggest myth out there. When we say space tech, the common expectation is that you'll be an astronaut floating around in zero gravity, right? But the reality? It's actually way more grounded, literally. It's all about designing and building rockets, satellites, and massive ground systems in state-of-the-art labs for years before a rocket ever leaves Earth. To really put this practical reality into perspective, think about something you probably use every single day. Think about the last time you opened Google Maps to navigate through heavy Bangalore traffic or find a new restaurant. Have you ever stopped to wonder how your phone knew exactly where you were, down to the actual meter? A few decades ago, you'd be stopping on the side of the road to ask for directions. Today, it's space tech engineers who build those incredible satellites orbiting our planet right now, beaming that exact location data straight to your phone in a matter of seconds. You are interacting with space technology every single day. Moving on to Section 2, a day in the life. Let's look at Arjun's mission at ISRO. So, meet Arjun. He's a young satellite systems engineer working in an ISRO clean room right here in Bengaluru. Right now, Arjun and his team are laser-focused on building a highly complex communication payload, and their specific mission? To bring much faster, reliable internet connectivity to unconnected Indian villages. Now, imagine spending months preparing for this. But then, literally just 2 weeks before a strict testing deadline, a crisis hits. A temperature sensor starts throwing off abnormal readings. And look, if this goes up into space broken, nobody can just fly up there to fix it. So Arjun's team dives into intense problem-solving mode, running simulations, checking wiring diagrams, you name it. Finally, on day 4 of nonstop testing, they trace the fault to a bad sensor batch, swap it out, and the payload is totally cleared for integration. And this perfectly captures the quiet, massive pride of this entire career. Arjun's daily work isn't always glamorous. It is highly technical problem solving. But because he fixed that one tiny sensor problem in a lab today, months down the line, a family in a remote village finally gets a stable internet connection. Small technical solutions lead to a massive human impact. All right, Section 3. Skills required. Let's open up the Space Engineer's Toolkits. If you want to do what Arjun does, you need a very specific blend of abilities. It absolutely starts with mathematical precision, because seriously, a tiny fraction of an error can send a satellite millions of miles off course. You also need intense problem-solving skills for when unexpected issues pop up right before a strict launch date. Plus, extreme attention to detail to check every single wire and weld. And crucially, teamwork. You're constantly collaborating across massive mechanical, electronics, and software teams to make sure launch day goes flawlessly. Which brings us to Section 4, Subject Combinations, your pre-university launch pad. So, if you're currently planning out your pre-university combinations, these 5 subjects are basically your launch pad. The foundational building blocks for a career in space technology are physics, mathematics, chemistry, computer science, and engineering graphics. These subjects give you the raw analytical power you need to actually understand and manipulate the physical world around us. I actually absolutely love this quote from our research because it just hits the nail on the head. Physics designs the rocket, mathematics charts its path, and engineering turns the dream into a machine that actually flies. It just beautifully summarizes how all these different academic disciplines come together to turn a wild human dream into a flying reality. Okay, Section 5, Future Demand. Let's talk about India's booming space sector. You might be wondering, is this actually a practical career choice right now? The answer is a resounding, definitive yes. The Indian space sector is absolutely exploding, growing at a massive annual rate of 18%. The whole industry is opening up faster than ever before. And with all that growth comes a huge hiring boom. It's not just government agencies like ISRO and DRDO anymore. We are talking private space startups like Skyroot Aerospace, massive telecom giants that rely on satellites, and major IT firms building space software. They are all aggressively hunting for Indian talent to power their global missions. Of course, that kind of intense demand translates into really solid compensation. For entry-level professionals just starting out their careers in space tech, you can generally expect a very strong starting salary ranging somewhere between 6 to 9 lakhs a year. And it gets better. As you build your expertise, prove how reliable you are on complex missions, and move up into senior roles, those financial rewards grow significantly. Senior professionals can easily earn anywhere from 25 to 40 lakhs a year. So yeah, this makes space tech a highly secure, lucrative, long-term future. Definitely not just a passing trend. Finally, Section 6, the India Advantage. Prepare yourself for a pretty surprising space fact. Okay, believe it or not, India's super successful Mangalyaan mission to Mars, which, remember, was a real working spacecraft traveling millions of miles through deep space, actually cost less to build and launch than the entire budget of the Hollywood movie Gravity. Think about that. A real space mission cost less than a fictional movie that literally never left Earth. I mean, that just brilliantly illustrates exactly why Indian space tech professionals are globally renowned, right? It proves that success in this field isn't just about throwing the most money at a problem. It's about thinking carefully, solving complex problems creatively, and designing systems that are incredibly efficient. Ultimately, space technology proves that humanity's absolute biggest dreams are built through small, careful, mathematically precise steps of engineering. Every mighty rocket out there started with someone solving just one small problem at a time. So as you think about your own career path, your unique strengths, and your subject choices, I want to leave you with one big question. If designing the machines that carry us beyond our planet excites you, what is the very first thing you would want to build? Think about it. Thanks for joining me on this explainer today, and keep aiming for the stars.